Hey everyone, welcome to Illegal Alien Racing and welcome to a new season of Rental Kart League Racing out at Dallas Karting Complex. I'm going to show you one lap of the pre-final and we're moving on to the final. I'm starting fourth here in the pre-final. On pole in 15 is Sosa, who was the third place overall finisher in points last year. Next to him in 24, second place overall in points was Talon, and the champion last year overall was Justin, so congratulations to him. 4 wide for just a brief second, and I finished fourth in points last year, so it was a good season, but looking to improve. It's really slick out here. You see a driver go around and become a roadblock for some of the other drivers on track. This is a really slippery corner. Get a little bump right there. Can easily spin you out and ruin your race. Little gap opens up, and it's gonna close back up here through the chicane. A lot of karts fight with each other. That is Chris in 32, and then next to him, right in the middle there, going to the inside there, is Justin. Watch this, big traffic jam. I keep it tight to the inside, and I exit in third place with Justin right in front of me, and in front of him is Talon. So I'm pretty happy with this situation that's happening in the opening lap of the pre-final. We'll have a look behind us, and right there, I think that is Sosa. His kart's just not as good as our karts, so we're easily able to pull away from him. And that was the opening lap of the pre-final. Big thanks to Tommy for providing the opening drone footage that I used. He does a great job with the drone footage, so thank you for that, Tommy. All right, here's the start of the final race. It's 12 laps. The finishing order of the pre-final determines the starting order of the final. So that is Talon in 13 on pole and Justin next to him. Quickly get in the second spot, right behind Talon. That is Justin behind me in kart 27. Nice and easy around 2. That is Justin to the inside, or to my right. I guess it'd be the outside. You see Talon start to open up a good lead on us. Kart 13's a fast kart. Talon's a fast driver, so when you have those two things working together and you're out front, it's pretty much a done deal. You're pretty much going to win the race. Now, we're all driving these karts for the first time. Some of us, we haven't driven, I don't think I've driven kart 4 before. I'm trying to feel it out, see what kind of kart we have. And it feels okay. Justin's kart seems to be a little quicker than mine. But I'm not just going to move over and let him get in a second. He's going to have to work for it just a little bit. So right there, someone passed him, kart 24. Now the thing with kart 24, that's a very fast kart. The driver in kart 24 is not heavy enough to be in the heavies class. In order to be in the heavies, you plus your helmet and gloves and whatever you're wearing, you have to be 190 pounds or more to race in the heavies class, and he doesn't weigh enough. So I have no idea how he got into our race, but he's there and he's in third place in a fast kart, just really interfering in our race. So if any of you lights guys are watching this race thinking about trying to get in our race, us heavy guys are going to collude against you and call you out and make sure you don't get to race with us, because you guys have your own class and we have ours. Now the heavies guys can race in the lights, but it doesn't really matter because we're at a disadvantage because we weigh more. So it's just gonna slow us down. So right behind me, this karter here, I think he took a look to the inside. He started behind me, I think. I heard some of the other drivers complaining about him in qualifying and in the pre-final, saying that he was very aggressive and kind of yelling at people and banging into people in those 2 sessions. And I didn't see any of that. I didn't experience any of that. I just heard some of the other drivers complaining about it. And there were some of the more experienced drivers that I know that I've raced with a lot. We're kind of complaining about him, so I was a little weary of racing against them because, he's in a fast kart too. Sometimes they get a little in over their heads and try to make these Superman moves on you that are just the wrong move at the wrong time and end up, ruining your race. So I'm just kind of hanging out, driving, trying to pull away as much as I can, but I'll, kind of take a little peek here and there. We get into each other a little bit there. It's not a big deal. You saw him wave there, which I couldn't see him wave, but he apologized. Not a big deal though. So I don't know about going defensive here because it's a long race. It's real early still. You just want to drive your lines. If he passes you, he passes you. I kind of mess up there and he gets around me pretty easy. Clean move. Like I said, I didn't see him driving rough or anything, but he raced me clean, so, whatever. You see him start to pull away. He's in a fast kart. Not much I can do there. Now they're still working on this track, trying to get more, trying to kind of grind down the track a little bit to give it more grip. And they're working on the lights. I know that they're planning on installing more lights here, so they have a lot of temporary lighting around the track. And I'm going to turn off a filter that I have on here in a little bit. In the back side of the track, the lighting there wasn't working for some reason. And it was really dark. I'm going to show you here. I'm going to turn it off right now what it looked like. I mean, it kind of looked like this. It was really tough to see, and it was hard to find the edge of the track for your exit. And I'm turning it back on there. Now your eyes are a little better than this computer here, but it was pretty dark in that corner. I mean, it was different. All right, that is Justin behind me. You can see I'm kind of just hanging out by myself. So I have to find something to talk about for a little bit before the action picks up again. What do you guys want to know? Drop me a comment below if you have any questions about league racing. I do recommend that you register online. If you go to Facebook, our rental league racing group is called, I think, Dallas Karting Complex League Racers. Join that group, and Tommy will post the link to sign up. It's always a good idea to sign up and get your spot secured versus driving out here, in the traffic. Sometimes people with traffic, it's like 2 hours or whatever. It's a long drive, takes a lot of time, and I think there's only like 50 spots available per class. So, lights are 50 and we're 50. So if there's 51, that 51st person's not going to get to race anyone behind them unless someone no-shows at pre-registered. So I definitely recommend pre-registering versus trying to just walk in and sign up the day of the race. Also, I think it's a little bit cheaper if you do that. Now you see right there, Justin's really done a good job of catching up. Behind him is Chris, I believe. Chris is a really good driver, really experienced driver. He's had bad luck with getting just slower karts and just hasn't done as well as he can do. Definitely capable of winning the championship, I think, if he just gets a little bit better luck on some of the kart selection. Now, this isn't, to rag on the karts or anything. These are, I've said this 100 times before, but if it's your first time watching, it's your first time hearing this, these karts are driven every day by the general public, and never underestimate the general public's ability to affect a rental kart. Kind of stealing that from another famous quote, just a little bit. Yeah, the general public, they'll turn a great kart into not a very good kart in one afternoon. So the track does the best they can to get these karts in shape to run. It's a fun league. A lot of people don't really watch this series or think it's that cool. I think it's really good racing. Oh, watch this, I forgot. This is a lapper, and we come up on him really fast. Watch what happens. I'll run right into him and almost spin him out, which afterwards I felt kind of bad about that. I should have probably just hung out behind him. But you saw how fast we closed up on him, and we're lapping him. Like, nobody gets lapped. If you're good enough to get to the final, you're probably not getting lapped. So it was really surprising that we lapped him. So I felt kind of bad about just running into him. The other bad thing that was stupid on my part, here's Justin going to the inside. And he makes the move. I'm not going to fight him because I know Chris or somebody else is probably back there coming, so I don't want to fight Justin and slow us down and let someone else start racing us for third spot or fourth spot. So going back to that driver, I shouldn't have done that in the sense that I could have, if I spun him out, he could have basically blocked me in and I would have been stuck there and it would have totally ruined my race. So even though I've been doing this for several seasons, definitely learned something about that. As frustrating as it is to sit there behind someone and just have them slow you down real bad, it's better to be slowed down a lot than to be stopped completely because you went for that move. But I was also kind of annoyed with them. I'm going to say this to defend myself a little bit with that move, is that if you're getting lapped, like those two, Talon and the guy in second place that I talked about earlier, they've already passed this guy. So he's got to know that he's getting lapped and the leaders are coming through. They're supposed to give you a passing flag. It's a blue flag with a diagonal, I think orange stripe diagonally, and if they show it to you, that means the leaders are coming through. You need to get out of the way or let them pass. They don't ever show that flag here in this series. So when the first two guys come through, or even the first guy, you have to be aware of your surroundings and kind of what's going on. And he just seemed oblivious to what was going on. And he should have moved out of the way and let us just pass, and instead, that's what happened. So that's what happened. We moved on, and I'm behind Justin here trying to keep up with him. This kart's working pretty well, but it's not like that much faster than mine, so I feel like I can kind of hang with him. So the race is starting to wind down, and here's where you got to start thinking. It's like, well, I'm probably just going to finish in fourth, but you know what? Opening round of the series, fourth place is not a bad thing. There's 25 drivers in it. Fourth is pretty good. If you're thinking about the overall championship, yes, you want to win the race, but of course we're not going to win this race. And it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to catch Justin to get into third. But I'm not going to give up. I'm going to still fight and try to get third spot if he messes up. Because again, this is a slippery track, so it's really easy to get yourself in trouble. I'm going to hang in there behind him and just stay within striking distance if he messes up, or maybe I'll suddenly start to drive really well. Yeah, I'm right there on his bumper, pretty close. And we're talking to each other on the radio. All right, we're coming up on 2 laps to go. The flag person will roll up 2 flags and put them up vertically next to each other, and then turn them sideways and vertically again. When you see those, that's 2 laps to go. So I think that we have enough of a gap here behind the person in 5th spot. I kind of check here and there, that if the move is there, I can go for it and really race Justin. There's no reason to not try to race him. So definitely close enough right now to do something.
I'm about to lap this guy again. Dude just wrecked in front of me. Oh my freaking god. You'll see a cart in the barrier at the last corner when you come back around.
Is it dangerous or not?
No. Just
Okay.
don't go off the track.
Okay.
Oh wow.
There's a cart there.
Yellow flag. No passing. No passing.
There's a cart there, so don't go off the track.
What flag? What flag?
All right, last lap, here we go. I usually get a better exit on the exit of turn 3 here, this left-hander, than Justin does. So hopefully I'm able to get a good exit and catch up just a little bit. Going into this chicane here. I could be a little bit more aggressive than Justin because I have a bigger gap, the person behind me, than Justin does to me. So right here, try to make a good run that opens up to the inside. I'm going to go for it. I'm way out of position. And I run into him and straighten him out and then let him go ahead of me because that was definitely a dive bomb move. Shouldn't have done that move, stupid move. But luckily, I didn't spin him out and ruin his race. And I let him in front of me, so there's no penalty or anything there. But I had to go for it. You know, if he would have maybe saw me last second, just kept the door open, maybe I could have pulled the pass off. But it was my responsibility to avoid that contact, and I did not do a good job of that. But it all worked out in the end, so I hope you enjoyed this first race of the season. Looking forward to having you the rest of the year. Drop me a comment if you have any questions below. And as always, thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video and the others. And I will see you next time. Take it easy.